That's an interesting situation. YouTube, today we're trying out a brand new team, and this team features a Barraskewda that got top 32 at the European International Championship. Barraskewda did win the first international challenge with Marco Fierro piloting it, and this one takes a whole different approach with Calyx Shadow Rider, Shedinja you could set up for endgames wise if you're able to pick up some quick knockouts, which this team definitely is capable of. The Weezing and the Regigigas. Weezing, of course, to disturb the abilities and really works well with Kyogre, shutting down Groudon, of course, Sun, and Gastrodon Storm Drain. But yeah, if you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And if you want to check out the creator and the paste bin, available in the description down below. The spreads aren't the original teams, but they're pretty close to it because the original paste was not shared, but should be pretty close to it. Let's get started though and play some games. Yveltal, Groudon, Charizard, and Centaur, Whimsicott, Grimmsnarl. Out of any match you would say I want to face, this is definitely not one of them. I feel like this team would not appreciate. Okay, I am gonna risk it. Well, actually, my Regigigas probably does pretty well here, I suppose. I guess it's not terrible. I guess it wouldn't be terrible, yeah. But I don't think I'm going to go with the Regigigas mode. You know what? I am going to gamble right here and go with a Barraskewda Kyogre lead, hoping that they don't lead the Groudon here, which I don't know if they would. I think they're going to lead like Charizard, maybe Whimsicott here is a potential option. And then in the back, I am going to go with the Weezing for sure. And then my last Pokemon, I'm kind of concerned because I don't know if I want Gigas or if I want Calyx. I might go with the Calyx here just for pressure, or I might bring the Gigas here to help against the Yveltal maybe. I don't know if Weezing is going to survive that many turns, but could be helpful, I suppose. Maybe it is the Gigas. You know what? I'll bring the Gigas just in case, because I'm planning to power through every other member of my opponent's team other than the Yveltal with water type attacks, because they have really weak base power to water, or like not base power to water. They don't really have really strong switches to water type moves other than the Sun, of course, being up. That is their water answer right here. Let's see. If they lead the Groudon, I just go for Geysers immediately. Yeah, that's not even too bad. They lead the Groudon plus the Whimsicott here. That's not even too bad for me. Okay. So I will lead my Barraskewda plus the Kyogre right here. And actually, yeah, this isn't bad for me at all. I can just Airstream the Whimsicott. I could switch out into my huge Weezing here, and then afterward I go into Kyogre, and then I have the Max Geyser option. Yeah, that's actually not that bad. I go for an Airstream here into the Whimsicott. I'm going to switch out into the Weezing here. If they are not Focus Sash or Cobalt, if they're Eject button, this ends up working out amazing for me here. Let's see if that's going to be the case. Also, Groudon's not exactly in the best spot. I don't know if they are going to attack here, or if they're going to switch out for the Weather War, because a Max Geyser Origin Pulse would threaten a lot of damage. I think they probably attack though, and maybe just throw off the blades here. If they go for the Geyser, I'd be kind of curious, but we'll find out. Neutralizing gas here. We do get the Airstream up with the Dynamax. They do stay in with the Groudon and the Whimsicott here. If we can knock out the Whimsicott, fantastic position, but I don't really see it happening here. Let's see. A Dynamax are Barraskewda right here, and we'll see. Come on, Barraskewda. Gotta pick up some wins here. Gotta catch up. Let's find out, because this is not the ideal spot. They Dynamax the Groudon. Okay. So no matter who they Max Quake, this isn't a bad spot. If they Max Quake my Barraskewda, I should survive one. Hopefully. Because I'm pretty sure I'll have enough confidence to say, Barraskewda, I believe you should be able to live a Max Quake, if anything. And if they target the Weezing, I have to Shuck Berry anyway, so that's not even that big of a deal here. So we will go for the Airstream here into the Whimsicott, which is going to not be able to pick up the knockout because it is going to be holding, surprise, that Focus Sash item. Yep, that Focus Sash on the Whimsicott is revealed here. And let us see what they're going to go for with the Groudon. Who's the Max Quake going out into? Or if this is like a Steel Spike or something. Tailwind is going to be fired off in the Whimsicott. Not too surprising here. That Whimsicott is pretty fast. And the Max Quake going to be fired off. Okay, it was into the Kyogre slot. That's actually pretty big. All right. How fast is Barraskewda compared to... No way I'm faster. Yeah, no way I'm faster. All right, so I probably do have to make either... I think I just go hard into Kyogre and I click Knuckle, right? Because Barraskewda under Swiftstone should just outspeed their entire team. Yeah. All right. So we go for a Max Knuckle here into their Whimsicott. We're going to switch out into Kyogre. I don't think I don't know if Max Geyser actually KOs the Groudon here. I guess we could check. I mean, it's in the rain, but I don't KO. I'm pretty sure I don't KO. You know what? I'm gonna make the same play. I'm just gonna make sure I have this. I knock out the Whimsicott as quick as possible. So let's go on a Kyogre here and Max Knuckle the Whimsicott. Also, like, the Groudon can't pick up a knockout right here unless they're quaking the Kyogre, but if they quake the Kyogre, that's fine, right? Because I don't mind that too much. Let's see what they decide to go for here. It's gonna be Fake Tears. What? I thought they were just gonna fire off a Moonblast. All right, Max Knuckle into you. Goodbye. Now the Swift Swim activated. This Barraskewda is looking very, very speedy right here. And +1, so now it threatens to knock down the Groudon and the Yveltal and whatever they really have in the back. Let's see who they decide to target right here. It's going to be the Rockfall this time. Okay, so they changed course right here. Rockfall into what was the Weezing. Okay, good play on their part. They do catch my Wetter here. All right, that's not too bad. Okay. Barraskewda +1 is still a big threat to their team, though. Like, still a really big threat. Okay, who is being brought out? Yveltal? +1 liquidation would do a lot of Grimmsnarl. Okay. That's actually really bad for them, actually. I'm surprised they went Grimmsnarl here. Alright. I'm going for a Max Geyser. I'm going to tar down the Groudon slot, and I'm going to switch out into my Weezing here. Yeah, that's always the play. I always Geyser here. Am I targeting the Grimmsnarl? No, I targeted the Groudon here because they can change the weather again. It's a little bit annoying. So I'll go into Weezing. Also, they probably shouldn't protect. And actually, I probably don't even knock out with the Geyser. What am I doing? Yeah, this might not actually be the play. I should Geyser the other slot. Oh, well, it's not too bad, I think. Oh, they max guard. Man, if I targeted down the Grimmsnarl, this would have been way better. Okay. That's still okay. I think. They get a Thunder Wave off. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That was really dumb. I forgot that rain wasn't up there. I should have just went for... I mean, this is still fine. They actually have max guard, though, which is interesting. But... okay, Barraskewda, don't get paralyzed and we win. Or not win, but we do a lot here. I'm switching out back into my... Kyogre, and I'm clicking Liquidation. +1 Liquidation Mystic Water in the rain. Should KO the Groudon easily. And if it doesn't, oh boy. Oh boy, we're gonna have issues if it doesn't. Alright. Groudon's gonna reactivate, but the Kyogre is switching in, so we will have the rain up here. Please, Barraskewda, don't get paralyzed here, buddy. I'm sorry I targeted the Groudon by mistake. It was dumb. Please let me get the KO here. Okay, they switch out into their Yveltal. Okay, this is really good for me. Really good for me. Hit the Groudon. Please. Please hit the Groudon. Nice. Okay. That means no Precipice Blades, which means a double knockout right there. I don't know if it's a double knockout. Probably knocks out Barraskewda, I imagine, but yeah. All right. That's pretty big. Calvin Peter's out. And yeah, because I switched in, I had to switch him. Even with Paralyzed, the fact that Barraskewda is so fast there, especially with that Airstream boost from earlier. Grimmsnarl comes back in. I am going to go for a Liquidation. Swap out into Weezing. Because if Sucker Punch KOs, it's Dark Aura boosted. So I get rid of the Dark Aura boost. And hopefully I can KO the Grimmsnarl. Unless it's double Sucker Punch here. Neutralizing Gas. Give out the Protects. Okay. And another one? Barraskewda? Another one? Alright, how much does Foul Play do? Oh, they went for Thunder Wave into the Weezing. Even better. Even better. I'll take that. Liquidation. It's Protect Yveltal. I don't know what kind of set it is. Guaranteed. I guess I just Will-O-Wisp here. I mean, I get the KO on Grimm with Liquidation, so I might as well just target the Grimmsnarl slot always, and it doesn't carry Protect and can't go for a double here. I guess I Sludge Bomb. No, I Sludge Bomb Yveltal. Just get some chip. I could also get the Poison anyway. Okay. Wait, it outspeeds? Did I survive? I thought with the Airstream, even with Paralysis, I'm still surprised. Okay. Oh, because I have Weezing in. I might not have been my smartest option. Even then, with the airstream, that's actually pretty big. All right, forget you saw that. I did not potentially throw this game. I mean, I still think I had a decent shot. Oh boy, if I had lost Weezing there, that would have been bad. If I lost Barraskewda, it was probably fine, but if I lost Weezing there, that would have been bad. All right, back to Kyogre we go. We have Liquidation again. Dark Roar is in effect, but I'm in range of Sucker Punch anyway. I messed up my numbers there. Sometimes having to rain up a durability not is sometimes a thing that I forget about. But yeah, we are able to eliminate the Yveltal. Barraskewda getting what? We got the knockout on Whimsicott. We got the knockout onto the Groudon. We got the knockout on the Grimmsnarl. We got all 4 knockouts with Barraskewda. Barraskewda going in there. A Liquidation really able to threaten and forget that 1 turn play where I completely screwed. Or those 2 turns where I geysered the Groudon. Never was your play. Max Geyser into Grimmsnarl was always the play there. Would have made the end game a lot easier too. And forget about the turn. I almost sacked both of my Weezing and my Barraskewda to Snarl because that would have been a disaster. But did you see how much Snarl did to Barraskewda? That, I mean, oh yeah, I was fake here, so that's why I was doing that much. Okay, yeah, because I had fake here set up. Okay, I was like wondering, there's no way Barraskewda takes that much from a Star Yveltal. Like that was just crazy how much damage that was. But yeah, those 2 turns definitely could have been improved, but Barraskewda was still really strong in that matchup apparently. Even though my Calyx wasn't. Lunala, Groudon, Incineroar, Charizard, Amoonguss, and a Grimmsnarl. Okay, Lunadon right here with Charizard. Kyogre looks pretty good. Calyrex can be really solid here. This is going to be a tough one. This is definitely going to be a tough one. Barraskewda can actually go in really well against my opponent's team. There's a lot of Pokemon I want to bring. It just really depends because I do like the Regigigas plus the Weezing mode. I do think it's pretty solid here. I could go with a different route here as well. Oh, there's just so many different options that I have here. I could like lead Kyogre plus Regigigas, then bring Weezing to back. It doesn't sound too bad. The Shedinja would be pretty nice here as well. Oh man, there's so many good options. It is the question, can I pick the right one? I actually do want to try out the Regigigas plus the Kyogre mode here, because I don't think they're leading Groudon. If they lead Groudon, that's fine, but I'd be kind of surprised if they do. And then in the back, Weezing and I want to say it's Shed, but it might be Barraskewda. Man, I want to bring Shed so badly here because the Poltergeist hitting the... Well, if I can knock out the Lunala with Max Darkness, I think it's fine too. I wonder if they lay Lunala plus Amoonguss though. I don't think so, right? Because that'd be vulnerable to Calyx and a few other things. You know what? I'm gonna try to Shed here. I actually don't know what I'm supposed to lead here against it because I feel like there's so many good leads, but then I realized I guess Amoonguss plus Lunala could be a thing. But the thing is, are you gonna lead that? Because I just feel like Calyx could just screw you over indefinitely if you lead that. There's just this looks so tough just because I'm fighting with like what options I have here. We're gonna see. Okay, it was Amoonguss Lunala. All right, the Amoonguss Lunala leads, which isn't actually that bad for me. I lead Kyogre plus the Regigigas here, and you might be thinking, James, how is this not that bad? This isn't exactly the best position here, but I imagine this is going to be Trick Room here, and yeah, my lead looks really strange. But hey, why couldn't I go for a Darkest Lair out here in a Water Spout and maybe force a Rage Powder or take this massive hit right here? And I just don't see a reason why I wouldn't go for a turn 1. If they go for Rage Powder, that's okay here. I do think they are forced to Rage Powder here though, or at least protect Spore. But if they protect Spore, that is vulnerable to potential Weezing and knock out the Amoonguss. We are going to see the Rage Powder here. Okay. If I don't knock out the Amoonguss, I think this is still an okay spot. We are going to see the Water Spout come out into their Amoonguss, as well as like weaken the Lunala, which is nice. I am going to be able to get a Darkest Lariat off into the Amoonguss right here. So, okay, not too bad. I get some damage off into the Amoonguss. We're going to see a Trick Room. Yep, Trick Room's going to go up. So I do have 4 turns of Trick Room that I do have to stall out here. And yeah, Shed might actually be it right here. I'm going to protect a Gigas here. I'm going to go out in the Shed. The reason I'm going to do this is because I think they have to support the Gigas. With the slow start, it's actually helping me right here in Trick Room, because Gigas should be able to outspeed this Lunala and go for a Darkest Lariat before the Lunala attacks, unless the Lunala has been speed on this team, which I don't think it's going to be. If that's the case, they probably want to spore that slot, and then I don't know what Lunala wants to do, probably Moongeist or do something here with the Moongeist Beam or Meteor Beam here into my Kyogre. I think either one's fine. I think I'm just going to try to go out in the shed right here and threaten the Shadow Sneak and Lunala the following turn, as well as the Darkest Era, because I can always just threaten the Amoonguss that way here. Let's see if this is going to work. It could go awfully wrong. Maybe my plan was a bit too gambly right here. I could have went for like a Calyx Lead, and Calyx Lead wasn't that bad here. We're going to see the shed come out. We're going to protect our Gigas. They didn't protect the Lunala. What did they go for here? It's going to be Spore. It is going to be into the Giga slot, which makes a lot of sense. Should be a Moongeist Beam or Meteor Beam. Yeah, Moongeist Beam into... That's an interesting target. That's an interesting target. They went for a Moongeist Beam into the Giga slot. I don't think that's a misclick. Maybe they thought the shed was coming into the Giga slot. Maybe. I'm going to Darkest Lair out the Amoonguss slot, and I'm going to go for a Shadow Sneak into the Amoonguss slot, because I think 2 Shadow Sneaks should get it. I have a Sash anyway, so I'm not really too concerned right here. They are going to protect Lunala, which I'm not too surprised about. I should be able to always get the Shadow Sneak and the Darkest Lair off, or 2 Shadow Sneaks and Amoonguss, which is still a pretty good, I think, option right here. Ooh, actually, that doesn't look like it will KO. We do see the... Okay, there's a Spore into the Shedinja slot, but I am A-okay with that, right? Because Darkest Lair, this should knock out the Amoonguss, I'm pretty sure. With Life Orb... Ooh, actually not. But they are stalling out their own Trick Room turns, which is actually still pretty good. Okay. Not too bad. I need to keep Kyogre healthy, which is a little bit of an issue. Shed, I don't really see too much value in keeping it around. I think I just protect here. Or do I take the sleep turns? Because I could just go for the take the sleep turns if they keep focusing down the shed right here. You know what? I'd rather take the sleep turn now. Yeah, might as well. And then I waste a turn with the shed here. I'm going to go for a Shadow Sneak into the Amoonguss slot. I mean, this should probably be just a Moongeist Beam, because they know that I can't go... They have to try to get rid of shed, but they might target down the Gigas. Who knows? They might actually target down the Gigas this here. But since they got the first turn sleep here, they'd still have to worry about the shed, I'd imagine. So Regigigas still asleep. We're going to see a Moongeist Beam going to be fired off in the shed. Perfect. All right. This is pretty ideal. I have Shadow Sneak that can pressure the following turn if I can wake up. So that is something my opponent's going to have to keep in mind. And since I burned my first turn on both Pokemon, I do have a chance. I have a decent chance to wake up with either Pokemon right here. And that'd be really nice if I can. So I will go for a Darkest Lariat into the Amoonguss slot. And I will go for a Shadow Sneak into the Lunala slot here. Yeah, might as well. Let's see if Amoonguss switches out. Let's see if they protect the Lunala, fearing it. Shed does wake up and get a Shadow Sneak off. That's absolutely huge here, because the Shadow Shield is broken on the Lunala. And, ooh, not able to pick up a knockout. I thought that would. Okay, Pollen Puff going to go out into the Lunala. All right, so it'd be funny if I doubled up there, the Lunala, but I did not, unfortunately. So Gigas is still asleep, which is okay for me. They are going to take the knockout here. Meteor Beam is going to be fired off into one of my slots here. I don't know into which slot. Gonna be, I think, Gigas here. I would say it's Gigas, but they could target the Shedinja right here. Let's see, Meteor Beam. I would say Meteor Beam in the shed slot, but we'll find out. Gonna be Meteor Beam. It is gonna target down the Gigas. Okay, that could be a little bit rough, but all right. Okay, I don't think that's too bad, because my Gigas actually, that's an interesting situation. My Gigas is... we stalled out the Trick Room, so we actually have slow starts negated now. So I don't even have to bring in my Weezing anymore. That's kind of cool, actually. I'm going to go for a Darkest Lair into Lunala. If I wake up, I think I just win the game. And I think I'm going to go for a Shadow Sneak into the Amoonguss, because if I do wake up, I'm in a fantastic spot with the Gigas. Let's see. Can we get the... Are we going to take the 3-turn sleep or the 2-turn sleep right here? And this is going to be pretty big, because... That's actually just really funny, though. That's actually just really funny. They withdraw the Amoonguss. Did they have Incineroar in the back? Ah, makes sense. Okay. Incineroar is going to come out. I don't think this is too bad theoretically here, because that means there should be Groudon as the last Pokemon. If it's Groudon on the last Pokemon, I don't think I mind this at all. Yeah, Shadow Sneak going to come out into the Incineroar. That's not too bad. Let's see. Did we wake up? Critical hit, doesn't matter. They didn't Dynamax, so I don't think they live this with the Intimidate. I just don't think they do. Darkest Lair is going to come out into the Lunala. Does pick up the knockout, yeah. Okay. I get rid of the Lunala there. Fantastic spot. Like, actually fantastic spot right here. I'll definitely take this. And now I think Kyogre is just going to really dominate. So I was kind of curious because I thought their play would be Dynamax to Lunala there. Because if they Dynamax to Lunala, right, they can go for a Rock Fall into my Giga slot and then have the Pokemon advantage because they already revealed I was Sash on the Shed. But yeah, this is... okay. I want Kyogre to max to win. Like, that's my goal right here. I could go out in a Weezing. I could go on a Weezing and do something here. Because I do want the Gigas still around. I mean, I think... no, I can't bring out the Weezing yet. Yeah, I can't bring out the Weezing yet. This actually might be Kyogre Dynamax here. Actually, no. I'm going to go out in a Weezing. Actually, no. I do go out in a Weezing. That's 100%. And I am going to go for a Poltergeist into the Groudon slot. I want to figure out its item choice here. The reason I make this play is because I force Weezing in. And the reason I want to force Weezing in... oh, actually, is this the right play? No, it's not, right? Maybe it's attack. Oh, wait. They switch out the Groudon into Mungus. Okay. I went for a Poltergeist into that slot, which is going to eat its Koba Berry. All right. Is this going to KO? It's max attack Shed, but I don't think it is. Yeah, it's not. Okay. And throw Chop into the Shed. Okay, that works out beautifully for me. That actually works out amazing for me here. Okay. Shed goes down, which I do not mind. The reason I went into the Weezing is because I was trying to figure out about the neutralizing gas play with Water Spout, but I think this works out in my favor. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this works out in my favor because I can go into Kyogre here. Then I could switch out Weezing to get the Water Spout off. Yeah, I go out into the Kyogre here. And then afterward, I guess this is where it gets a little bit interesting, I suppose. But yeah, we are going to switch out our Weezing into the Gigas for the Water Spout. If they switch out, it should be okay. Wait, hold on. Is it okay? I guess they get regenerated, but they take a lot of damage from Water Spout. And even if they Dynamax instant, I can Dynamax Kyogre the next turn as they're taking a lot of chip. Yeah, that should be okay. It should be okay. The Mungus is too low for if they switch out Incineroar, Groudon can come in. Yeah, Water Spout will just be able to pick up knockouts right here. Okay. So neutralizing gas is going to wear off. We do get the Drizzle activated once again. And let's see what they are going to decide here. As Intimidate's not really going to matter. If Amoonguss switched out, it actually got regenerated health, which was the weird thing about this turn, I think. Because the neutralizing gas isn't around when the Amoonguss switches out. Let's see. Yeah, they actually do switch out here into the Groudon. Good play on their part. Okay. I still think I'm in a good spot the long term right here because I'm doing a ton of damage to them with Water Spout, even in the sun right here. I could have Dynamaxed, but they don't Dynamax themselves. Okay, that actually puts me in a really fantastic spot. I am able to eliminate the... I'm able to do a lot of damage to the Incineroar as well as the Groudon. They do get the parting shot off into my Kyogre right here. I guess this is the kind of the awkward part. I'm not actually positioning that well with my Weezing as well as I want to because I'm putting my Kyogre in a little bit of awkward spots when it should be the Groudon that should be in the awkward spot here. Wisp there maybe into the Groudon was the right play there, but good play on my opponent's part. The Mungus is going to come in right here. Okay. I have a few options. I could go for a Max Strike here into the... actually... no, I don't want to Max Strike, right? No, I don't. This, I guess, is a little bit complicated right now. I really want to Giga Impact here. The Amoonguss. And I think I want to switch out into Weezing. Yeah, I think that's the right play. Because I'm worried. I don't know if they're actually going to go for Blades or not. Maybe I should have Giga Impacted the Groudon because it was safer. But we'll see here. I mean, Water Spout would do a ton of damage to the Groudon. I don't know if they're maxing here. If they max here, it's okay. Okay, they do max. That's cool. I think Dynamax Kyogre should win this endgame, theoretically, because Giga Impact into the Amoonguss picks up the knockout. I think Dynamax Kyogre just has enough turns to reset the rain and then go for Origin Pulse endgame cleanup, and I think it should be enough damage output-wise. We'll see, though, because they could go for the Protect with Amoonguss, but it depends on who they Quake massively here. They do not Protect. Okay, so that means a free Giga Impact, which should just secure the game right here, because I am able to knock out the Amoonguss right here. Yeah. Mungus does go down, and yeah, now I think Kyogre Dynamax does win here. So thankfully, was able to get the right Giga Impact off into that slot, and a Max Quake going to be fired off into Gigas to lock in my Kyogre right here, which makes a lot of sense. But this is absolutely works out for me because now I can go for a Dynamax Kyogre here. KO the instant, and then afterward I try to whisk the Groudon right here. Unfortunately, the first hit will be in Sun, but that's not really that bad because because Max Geyser will KO the Incineroar in the Sun anyway, and then reset the Rain, which is pretty good. I don't know. They're probably just gonna fake out the Weezing, right? Because I would say they fake out the Weezing. I don't think it's a big deal if they fake out Weezing here. Let's see. But yeah, we are going to Dynamax. We're going to go for a Max Geyser into the Incineroar slot. And we're going to go for I guess a Protect. I kind of just want to Wisp. Here. I don't know if they go for well, they don't target the Kyogre, then they're just losing damage output immediately. So I might as well go for... Actually, I do kind of want to fire out. You know what? I'll fire out the Wisp. I think it's fine. I think I have enough turns of Dynamax with Kyogre just to win the game if they focus down my Weezing, right? Because if they focus down my Weezing, it's not even too bad because Weezing's not the Pokemon that KOs here. It's the Groudon, so I might as well because even if I take a Fake Out from Incineroar with the Shuck Berry, I will let the Max Quake. If they Fake Out Max Quake into my Weezing as I Protect there, I'm in a better position. But either way, I don't think this is a bad spot because I have the chance to fire a Wisp. And if they don't fake out at all, they just lose right here. So Max guys are going to be fired off in Incineroar. Well, not lose. They still have win cons, I guess, depending on the Groudon right here. Heavily depends on the Groudon. First, the Groudon has to be not min speed because... Or you have to dodge a Wisp here. Let's find out which one's going to be. They do Max Quake into my Weezing. Okay. So I did have that Shuck Berry. So I guess I could have protected, but even if Weezing goes down and the weather is reset, I don't even think that's a big deal. Unless it's policy on the Groudon, then it would be awkward. But if it is policy on Groudon, I'd rather go for the Wisp here. I don't think it'd be policy on the Groudon. I think it's probably either Citrus Berry Sword Stance on the set, or it's going to be the Assault Vest we just commonly see. So a Wisp here should help secure it. The Groudon is now +2, but not really that big of a deal right here. And we can go for that Max Geyser. If it was policy on the Groudon, I might have tried to play around with Kyogre with like a Max Lightning into a Max Geyser. Max Lightning here, so Max Quake doesn't KO me. Then I Max Geyser because it would OHKO to Groudon afterward. But yeah, I don't have to play super passive now. And now we just go for a Taunt and a Max Geyser here, which should secure the game in my favor right here. Max Geyser are going to be fired off into Groudon right here. This should do a good amount of damage. And actually just KOs the Groudon. Okay, perfect. Oh, critical hit. I was like... I'm not sure if that KO is with +2 special defense. Maybe if it's not, it's the Assault Vest, then yeah, but okay, we are able to secure the game in. I never thought that I would use Weezing. I never thought I would, not Weezing. I never thought I would use Regigigas to counter Trick Room because I thought about their lead and I wasn't sure because of the Calyrex, but they led Among Us Lunala, which did make sense against a lot of the other options I had, especially if they had Wide Guard because actually, they didn't have Wide Guard, right? It was Moongeist, Meteor Beam right there, Trick Room, Protect. Man, if I let Calyrex, I was actually in a really good spot. I could have just been in a really good spot to Astral Barrage right there. Dang. But really good on my opponent's part for expecting not to lead the Calyrex. It ends up working out for them. However, they were really awkward under the Trick Room because my Weezing had the slow start and had a 4 times effective move against the Lunala right there. And yeah, that ended up really hurting them because I was able to threaten the Lunala. Crazy as it sounds, yeah, that's exactly how it happened. I was able to go for the Darkest Lair afterward. And then Shed was able to put on pressure. They didn't Dynamax the Lunala, which made it a lot easier in the end game, I felt like. And yeah, even with the instant switch, it didn't really change anything right there. So perfect. Number 127 on the ladder with Whimsicott, Kyogre, Regigigas, Calyrex, Shadow Rider, Indeedee, and Kartana. I've actually been experimenting around with that team actually recently. It's pretty much it's just Kartana over what you would see the Landis Fairn usually, but I think it's a really cool 6 right there. Okay, let me see. What do I want to go for here? Because they got quite a few threats. The physical Eliki, if it is physical Eliki, is going to be a bit of an issue. This is not a good matchup. I'll tell you that much. This is not a good matchup. The only positive is that I have Shadow Seed to threaten the... I do have Shadow Seed that can threaten some things, but the thing is, if they lead the Eliki, that is very problematic right here. Maybe I could go with... Oh, man, this is weird. Maybe Regigigas plus the Weezing can do stuff right here. But the thing is, since I am the Shuck Berry and not the Sash one, it's really awkward as I might be forced to Protect turn 1 and even Sack. So not exactly the best counterplay right here. But yeah, we're going to go with the Regigigas plus the Weezing mode right here. And we're just going to have to take it right here. And then I think in the back, we're going to go with Weezing Barraskewda. The only reason I don't want to go with the Calyrex right here is Even though I really want to, because Calyrex is probably my best way to deal Kartana. I don't know if they bring Kartana. That's the thing. I feel like Eleki's really strong. I think Whimsicott's really strong. Maybe they don't bring Kyogre, because I could see them bring the Calyrex Shadow Rider instead and the Kartana. Because Kyogre can put on a lot of pressure against my team, I suppose, but Kartana is actually still really threatening. But the thing is, they probably want to max the Eleki, I'd imagine. We're going to see that Whimsicott plus the Eleki lead here, which is perfect. Don't be a Jax button and we're fine. And even if you're a Jax button, you can't switcheroo here anyway. So I guess this is an okay spot anyway. All right. Shouldn't be... All right. I should be able to go for a max Quake here. There's no really big point of going for a Strike here. And I'm actually going to go for the Taunt into Whimsicott immediately. The reason I'm going to go for Taunt is because the Whimsicott shouldn't be able to really accomplish much damage-wise to my team. And if I can basically prevent it from helping hand or anything else, I think it's a better spot for me. So I'm going to go for a Max Quake plus a Taunt here. I don't think Eleki can pick up a knockout because the Transistor's not on the field. And Eleki on this team, I don't know if it probably is Life Orb, but I don't know. Without Transistor, I don't know if helping hand thing could actually knock out my Weezing, but they don't Dynamax here, which makes a lot of sense. I am Dynamaxing my Gigas here. Are they going for the Electroweb turn one? I can see Electroweb Tailwind attempt here, which I think would be pretty strong, but we'll find out. We do Dynamax our Weezing right, or Gigas right here, trying to set up wall charge immediately. Okay, not too much damage right here. They didn't. Okay, what are they doing with the Gigas? I mean, with the Whimsicott. Oh no, they did Tailwind, yeah, because of the abilities. I was like, wait. But yeah, it's neutralizing gas. All right, so we do get a max Quake off into the Eleki, which is really perfect. The max Strike there was pretty much wasted, and it could have been the Calyrex Shadow Rider, of course, being swapped in. So not exactly the best spot right there. We are able to eliminate the Regigigas, which is great because Regigigas was a bit of a pain to my team. Let's find out how the other two are remaining. But if this Kartana is in the back, I am a little bit scared about the following turns. But I do get a taunt off into the Whimsicott, which is pretty huge. Okay. Taunt into Whimsicott's really nice here because they can't go for Helping Hand now, and they can't go for like any other support moves. Might be inclined to switch out here, which would be really good for me. Let's see. It's going to be Kartana. That is Kartana. All right. So I do want to whisk that slot if I have the possibility to. A max move can't knock out my Regigigas, and I don't think if they... I think I just have to keep clicking strike here. I think I strike the Kartana, and I think I go for a wisp into the Kartana. I could also go for... Or I can max guard here, stall out, turn, and wisp. I actually like that because if I can keep the health on the Weezing, it's actually really nice here. I just don't know if they're going to switch out the Whimsicott into the... I could see them switch out Whimsicott into Kyogre. I hope they don't, but it's definitely a possibility. I should have got it. Oh, I should have caught it. Oh, wait, they went Calyrex. That makes a lot of sense too. Okay. Yeah, they didn't bring Kyogre. All right. Okay, good for anything. Go for Strike then. This actually works out as my best play possible, especially if I get the Wisp off into the Kartana. Okay, I don't think this is a bad spot. I guess the end game's a little bit awkward though, because with the Kartana, it's not exactly the easiest Pokemon for me to handle, especially if it gets a Beast Boost. So this is still not exactly easy per se, but it's a lot more doable right here. So I am going to be able to get a Wisp off into the Kartana. Hopefully I max guard here, preventing an attack. It is an airstream into the Giga slot. Okay, wisping about max striking the Kartana. I do get the wisp off though. Okay, absolutely huge. All right, perfect. A huge wisp into the Kartana, slowing down his damage output. I also deny one turn of airstream, which is actually more important than you think it might be, because that extra turn could have been the difference between... Oh, that extra turn could be the difference between the Barraskewda being outsped after Swift Swim is on the field. So yeah, I will go for Max Darkness here. And the question is, do I go for a Protect? I think I go for Protect always here. Yeah, I do go for the Protect always here. Because even if they switch out, yeah, into their Whimsicott, that's fine, because I do break the Sash on the Whimsicott regardless, which is pretty cool. And let's find out what they're going to go for here. Steel Spike is definitely an option here. I hope they don't Airstream. I hope they're just Steel Spiking. Or Knuckle is fine too. Okay. Because once Kartana's Dynamax is over, I should be able to handle it. Although, yeah, I am taking quite a bit of damage right here. Okay. I don't know. Do I want to Darkest Lair at the Calyrex the following turn? The only positive note is that they haven't gotten Airstreams up, and their Tailwind's going to be expiring soon, and they can't reset Tailwind this turn, which is really good here. I could have went for the Sludge Bomb here, and I was really thinking about it into the Calyrex, but I didn't want to lose Weezing there if I was forced to. I guess I probably should have, though, because they don't have Expanding Force in effect because there's no Psychic Terrain. Oh no, that's not great for me. Okay. That's not great for me. Okay. Okay, they bring out their Calyrex. Oh boy, this is not a good spot now. This is not a good spot now. All right, they bring out the Calyrex right here. This is very, very scary now. I did not think there were actually eject button on this team. I thought they were just going to be the Focus Sash variant. All right. So now this is... Am I losing the Airstream here? I might be losing the Airstream here. Oh boy. Probably Airstream here and Expanding Force. Do I have to save the Weezing here? I guess is the question. Does Airstream knock out with the burn? I mean, I can't figure out. I think it does, so I don't think I risk it here. I might as well go for the... Oh man, this is tough. I think I Sludge Bomb here, the Calyrex. I sack Weezing if I have to. I don't need Weezing to win the game. It just sucks because I can't really switch into any of my Pokemon to back. I need Kyogre Water Spout to put on pressure against the Kartana and the Calyrex. Airstream is just going to be tough to deal with. Let's find out. We protect our Regigigas. There should be Airstream here. They go for Expanding Force into the Weezing, which is going to pick up the knockout. Okay. The Weezing does go down. It's a +1 Calyrex now. Not amazing. I might have to make a call the next turn, I suppose. Which isn't great. Okay. Actually, I might just lose right here. Yeah, they do get the Airstream up. Okay. Trying to think, James, think of a way to beat this endgame, because I think Barraskewda comes in. I go into Kyogre. I have to Swift Swim. I should outspeed both Pokemon here because they only have one Airstream boost and the Tailwind expires this turn. Yep. So I gotta go Barraskewda. Yeah, that eject button screwed up my entire plan. I think, well, even if my Sludge Bomb doubled up, it didn't change anything, huh? I just had to predict that it was the eject button right there. Maybe I should have striked the Kartana and went for a Sludge Bomb, because if I did that, that actually probably was a better endgame plan. But now this is going to be tough. I'm going to go into Kyogre right here, and I'm going to go for a Throat Chop into the Calyrex, because that's my only way I can pick up the knockout. If I expect the Calyrex to switch out, then I would have to go for the close combat into the Kartana. So this is still a mind game, but if this is Specs Calyrex, I do just... I mean, if this is Focus Sash Calyrex, I just lose to it. If it's Specs, I have an out here with Barraskewda. Let's see. Also, they could, of course, miss the mark right here if they decided, hey, I'm going to... Oh, man. Oh, they switched out the cat. Oh, don't tell me they leaf blade. They definitely leaf bladed here. Dang, I needed to close comment to Kartana. Well played on my opponent's part. I had to hope for them throwing right there. Or I had to get the close combat off into the Kartana instead. If they did target down the Gigas, but well, when you go for a Leaf Blade right here, I throw Chop into the thing, doesn't pick up the knockout. They did Leaf Blade the Barraskewda. Yeah, this is not good because now they have +2 attack even if they're burned. Yeah, this is probably game. Oh, this looks tough. I mean, really? Wait, it was Life Orb Kartana this entire time? Wait, how did I not notice it was Life Orb Kartana? Oh man, that actually changed it a lot then. They didn't Steel Spike earlier. I wanted to close combat with a KO'd because Kartana has decent defense, but I mean, I do have max attack Barraskewda. I guess I would have had to close combat then. If I close combated, then yeah, there's a chance. There was a chance because if the unless the, well, if the Calyrex is Specs, no, it doesn't matter because they can't KO the Kyogre and the Barraskewda at the same time. They can only Specs Leaf Storm to KO Kyogre or Specs Side Shock, which doesn't KO. Oh man. Well played to my opponent. I have to hope for like a massive throw here where they double into Regigigas for some reason. Don't expect the Kyogre to go for Protect. I get the KO with Origin Pulse and then I can maybe solo the Calyrex 1v2. But they should always just be Tailwind Leaf Blade. But yeah, like if they make that play, it's a 100% win con. But I have to hope they don't. Yeah, they make it. Okay. Ooh, Kartana was tough. Kartana was tough. I mean, I was able to get like a pretty good position, but I mean, the Quake didn't really help me at all, I guess, in that spot. Maybe knock out the Whimsicott there? I guess knocking out the Whimsicott was a better position than knocking out the Elekey. I wasn't sure if Elekey was going to Dynamax turn one, but I guess it doesn't really make sense if you're going to Dynamax the Elekey against the Regigigas, right? So maybe it was just better to go for the strike there into Whimsicott. Of course, there was a mind game, of course, always of do they actually target or do they attack, stay in with like their Pokemon, or they switch down to Calyx, which is one of the annoying things about Regigigas versus Calyx stuff, is that they do have a switch into potential max strikes, which they did attempt to go for, but I guess max strike into the Kartana and Wisp was a better play, or I had to call it and go for max darkness. Really well played on the Whimsicott there, but yeah, the eject button did screw me over because man, they got to reposition. If I was able to knock out the Whimsicott, I do think that the game was very doable, like very doable. As you saw, I would have been able to knock out the Calyx. I would have been able to like focus on the Kartana solo, but or if I was able to knock out the Whimsicott in that slot, instead of it eject button out, I was going to be able to knock out the Whimsicott, then it's Kartana and Calyx, and I should be able to handle each other with the Barraskewda, right? With Swift Swim, because the Kartana only got 1 Airstream boost, and Tailwind would have expired by then, but ooh, that was something, but that was fun. I definitely need to think I would have to probably make more aggressive reads there, and yeah, I think the Max Quake play is fine turn 1. I do think maybe Max Strike and the Whimsicott would have been better. And then I had to like make it a bit more aggressive calls because I knew that they could switch out the Whimsicott and I didn't go for it. And if I did go for it, oh boy, the game would have been a completely different scenario, right? And that is the show. Barraskewda putting in a good amount of work. Of course, Weezing is really strong, of course, with Regigigas and Kyogre, and was able to pick up some really quick knockouts there. If you did enjoy today's video, though, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And if you want to check out the creator and the details of the team available in the description down below, you can check out the rest of my CSGO content where there's a lot of cool teams and a lot of fun Pokemon. But that's going to be it for me. Have a great day, people, and until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.